Hey, just to let you know, I've been trying to check in on that deal you made. I haven't gotten anywhere yet. I mean, that dude is hard to get a hold of.
The Jazz look to take charge at Energy Solutions Arena here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we're going to bring it to you live. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one, Jason Terry.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
Well, it was the Sacramento. And there's the feed to Thompson. In low to Cousins. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now let's find out what head coach Mike Malone had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, he said he expects their interior defense to be airtight tonight. He said shot blocking is something our team can really hang its hat on. That ability to contest and deny shots inside frees us up to be more aggressive on the perimeter. So in a sense, it's really the foundation for us defensively. Guys, we'll see if they can build on that to secure the W.
Thanks for the report, Doris. Steve, Clark, your thoughts on their defensive focus here?
Well, it's the right strategy, Kevin, because you have to play to your strengths as a team. You can't get away from who you are.
And that's right, Steve. Their strength is certainly what they do defensively. They can rattle folks.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate. I'm a fan of Jason Thompson. He's always going to give you whatever he has, whether it's 20 minutes or 30. He's got a very steady game and really gives you everything he has on the floor.
And it's Terry off the drive and finished off by Gay.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Well, we've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old to watch.
Here's Mr. Clutch, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. And Jason Thompson, a well-rounded player, Clark, can play the power forward or even at 6'11", the center.
I like him a lot, Kevin. He's got a good motor. He's got an excellent body. Works the backboards pretty well and made a nice improvement in his free throw shooting last year. Got that back up around 70%. He's a guy that helps you at both ends of the floor. Well, I tell you what, Isaiah Thomas, guys, was the last pick of the second round, 60th overall his draft year, but he has been terrific, can pass and score, and has stepped into the starting point guard role for the Kings and showed he belonged.
Going back to Isaiah Thomas and the Kings, they really needed a true point guard to set the table for everybody. His emergence was a pretty nice story for this team.
Well, he's always been doubted because he's only 5'9", and he wasn't drafted high, wasn't recruited that heavily, but I think he's demonstrated that he can hold his own with the best in this league. Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Left side, Williams kicks to Rush. On the wing, Williams. He's guarded by Williams. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Look at the Kings. They're down in the bottom of the conference. Their fans hope they can turn it around and show some improvement. And, of course, the Utah Jazz, 5.5 games behind.
Well, I think for Utah, they've just confounded their hometown fans. I mean, this was not a team that was supposed to be on the bottom looking up.
Yeah, it's too bad for their fans because I think they felt like this would be a good season, one that they could be excited about and maybe even look to the future for even better times. But this has been a real struggle to this point.
And he gets it to go. Outlaws got his second bucket of the night.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Second chance effort. And another shot. That layup is good as it's up and in from Thomas. Thomas got his first bucket of the night. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Thomas goes in. That's good.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Thomas. And again, another basket there for Mr. Clutch.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's McLemore. Rebound by Williams.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And the shot is good. Mr. Clutch has got 10 points.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's Sacramento up 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Next Sunday, February 2nd, Aaron Aflalo and Orlando.
Here's McLemore. To the middle. Here's AC. Cashes in for a double-digit lead.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
On the court for Sacramento, Thomas and McLemore, the backcourt tandem. Quincy AC out there with Travis Outlaw, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
They've set the first half tone by really getting out in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and the shot no good, a bit short. Jefferson passing to Mr. Clutch. And the basket good. Mr. Clutch has got 4 points now in the quarter. 1:10 left here in the second. Sacramento leading by 7. Thomas goes in.
Well, his finishing ability is what jumps out at me, guys. Just so many times he'll leave his feet and then completely change his shot midair and still find a way to hit it.
Yeah, I think he's got that acrobatic DNA. He's got that improvising gene working for him, and that's a skill you really can't teach. That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And stolen by Thomas. 51 seconds left here in the second. Drains it from beyond the arc. Thomas got 9 points.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Mr. Clutch tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Sacramento, they've gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
No good from Mr. Clutch.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Thomas with the ball, now guarded by Mr. Clutch. Williams kicks to AC, taken away by Williams. Here's Rush, covered by Outlaw. Here's Mr. Clutch. That's good. Mr. Clutch has got 6 points in the quarter.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Kings lead by 10. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Coach, I know you're going to be making some changes in the second half, maybe get a different look out there. What were your concerns with the way you...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Monday is almost come.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A gorgeous view of Salt Lake City skyline as we get back. Mr. Clutch in at shooting guard. Rush out there with Williams. Then there's Burke, and it's Favors in at the 5 down low. That's the group right now for Utah. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Well, let's take this chance now to bring up the rookies at the head of their class in steals this past month. And you look at Mr. Clutch, one of the league's best, 3rd in steals.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
Exactly. The IQ he's shown at the defensive end this past month has been very, very impressive.
Clark, he's checked in for Burke.
Looking at the Kings over the last month, let's see how they stacked up in the league statistically. 6th in steals, 19th in rebounding. And as far as block shots go, not a strong suit for this team. Only top 20 in the league. They really don't do a good job of defending the paint.
What they try to do, Clark, is pressure the ball. I mean, you talked about the steals per game, and that's the key number of all those stats. They pressure the ball. They really create havoc for the offense. And when they take you out of the flow of your offense, it really makes the ball stop, and the game becomes very difficult for the offensive team.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
I thought we might see a little defensive adjustment at halftime, but the fast break continues to be effective.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Another miss by Utah.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Doubled by Cunningham. Mr. Clutch from outside off the mark. Sacramento leading by 13. McLemore with the ball. Favors picks him up. Williams kicks to McLemore. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. And there's McLemore on the assist by Thompson. McLemore's got his first basket of the night.
I love what they're doing, trying to put the hammer down, attacking the basket when they can.
No good from Mr. Clutch.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And it's blocked by Cantor. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. From downtown, count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Mr. Clutch.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Here is Cunningham. He has 5. Here's McLemore. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. From half court, no good. And here at the end of the third.
Tune in Friday, February 1st. The Utah Jazz take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. A conference.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. It hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. Isaiah Thomas out there with Terry, and it's Gay in at the small 4.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Here's Hayward, and the rejection by Cousins.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
11 feet away, and with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down to 14, getting a little bit closer on the bucket for Mr. Clutch. Terry setting the pick for Thomas. Feeds to Cousins. Passes to Thompson. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Chance to check out the Sacramento Kings' upcoming schedule. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he uses the glass on the layup. Mr. Clutch has got 23 points. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to Washington. Thomas off a pick from Cousins. Pass to Terry. Utah with the rebound. Favors has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Burks dishes to Favors. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Cousins, the pass to Thomas. Cousins with a screen for Gay. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That will complete this 4-game homestand. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Tyrone Corbin was going over with his team. He told them, hey guys, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. We're still alive in this thing. All we need to do is rely on each other. Let's stay aggressive, stick together, and play as a team. We're coming back. Back to you, Kevin.
Really an extraordinary game for Mr. Clutch. He's got 24 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
He hasn't been afraid to draw a little contact if the opportunity's been there. And I'll tell you, some guys shy away from that, not him.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And Cousins drops them both.
Guys, DeMarcus Cousins, the 5th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010. Nobody questions this guy's talent. He has tremendous skill. Players with his size and skill don't come along very often.
Kings leading now by 10. Thomas with the ball. Now defended by Mr. Clutch. Gay gets a screen from Cousins. Good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Clark, you mentioned the size for Cousins. Physically, he can overpower Steve a lot of players.
Yeah, tremendous rebounder, and he can get to the foul line. Offensively, he's got the ability to step out onto the floor and make shots. I mean, he's really got the total package. The question is, can he just improve his overall game? Can he continue to mature and become the dominant player that he's capable of?
It'd be interesting to see him on a good team,
Yeah.
with some real nice role models on that team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people rave about his skill set. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Thomas. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Mr. Clutch.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. The shot is off. Sacramento leading by 10. And it's Terry off the drive. Hits the jump hook.
Great interplay there between those 2 teammates.
For the Jazz, this one's not looking good. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Burks. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Out left to the wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. They grab their own miss.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Thomas goes in. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Thomas. And the Kings lead by 14. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Thomas, and he gets the bucket. And that's 31 points for Mr. Clutch.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Tyrone Corbin was going over with his team. He wants to see a more open, aggressive approach offensively. He told his guys they're playing it too safe, trying to be too precise. Also, he wants them getting energetic on defense. He told them to cover the whole court and try to cause as much chaos as possible. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
Yeah, clearly no question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Sacramento.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good. The player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
Bragging rights between these two teams were on the line today, and I'll tell you what, they put in a lot of good work to earn those bragging rights.
Yep, this means they'll come out on top in the season series 2-1.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for DeMarcus Cousins. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else seemed to match as he chased down rebounds.
Jazz have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Hayward kicks to Cantor. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing.
Well, DeMarcus, congratulations on the win tonight. We know you're a very intense player.
You